bedtime story, guys, for our daughter. Ayan. So let's read the first strawberries. Oh, I'm so sorry. This one, she said she liked this Molly's journey. Molly's journey. Give me a second. Half old. You tickling me naman. Okay. Sleep na. Sleep na. Okay, Molly's journey. Molly is going to visit her grandmother. As she swims past the coral reef, she says hello to her ocean's friends. It is very dark in the underwater cave, but Molly has no trouble swimming through it as the glowing jellyfish family light her way. Once through the cave, Molly visits the clownfish. She doesn't get to see them often. They are very shy and like to stay close to home. Up ahead, Molly sees her friend, the dolphin, waving at her. They swim together to her grandma's house. And here it is. Molly finally arrives at Grandma's house. She is so excited to tell her all about the adventure she's had.
Mama.
Ta-da! The end. And a fellow Molly their mermaid on her journey through the ocean to her grandma's house.
This the front,
Yeah, and this is
and this the back,
yeah,
and this the
age,
huh?
age,
H
age. Not your age. It's age.
H
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go.
water,
Mm-hmm.
on water.
You want water?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. So,
Hi, guys. We have my puppy over there in the sea.
Bedtime story, guys. Okay. Because Mama need to finish it. I just want to say good night. Okay?
To everything.
Hmm?
To everything.
Yeah, to everything. Rachel is a Tara. I just want to say good night. Okay. See, to a great artist, Uncle Julesker. On the African village, there is, okay? On the African veld, there is a village. At the sun sets, parents tell their children, it is time for bed. Lala greets her papa, who has been fishing. Oh, you caught a big one, she says. Yes, it was. Yes, it was a good day, Papa says. It is time for bed, Papa tells Lala. I just want to say good night to the fish, Lala says. Come, Lala, Mama says. I just want to say good night to the cat, Lala says. It is getting late, Mama calls. I just want to say good night to the birds.
That's the bird.
Yes, right there, like a parrot. Lala says. Lala. Lala say, I just want to say good night to the goat.
This is the goat.
All right there.
It's not like the same.
like a wolf.
It wasn't the same.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
But I have cow milk.
It looks like it, but it's a goat. You see,
I have cow milk.
it's a small horn.
Yeah, but I have cow milk.
Yeah, cow have one too. it is time to go to sleep, Mama calls. And say,
See?
Mama calls, say, it is time to go to sleep. I just wanna say good night to the monkey. And Lala says, oh, such a cute baby. Come now, Mama says. I just want to say good night to the chickens. Lala says. Everything. Oh, Lala, Mama says. I just want to say good night to the little ants. That's what Lala say. Look at her mom carrying a little baby. So cute. And look at the other mother.
Aww.
They're so cute. I'm just not ready to go to sleep. Oh yeah, that's why. That's what it is. Lala says to her dog that I'm not ready to go to sleep. That's what she say to her dog. And the dog say, woof woof, woof woof.
Why say woof woof woof?
I
What
say
you say?
woof woof. Woof. And that's what the dog say. What's the dog say? Say woof woof, woof woof. And say, now, Mama say. And she said, yes, yes, I am coming. I just want to say good night to the rock. What? To the rock.
Why can don't say anything?
It's very hard, but that's what she say. That she just want a good night to say good night to everybody. Guys, you know what? She's not ready to sleep. She's not ready to sleep. And say, Lala gets into bed. Sweet dreams, Mama say. Good night, Mama. That's what Lala says. I pass something. Okay. And it says, what's the next? Lala says, I just want to say good night to my book. Aww, even her book. She want to say good night to her book because she's still not sleepy though. Good night, Mon. She whispers and smiles.
Oh, look at your
Oh
book.
my god, it looks like the same that we have. This
Yeah.
the same book of, you know, the good night, Mon. The good night stars, the good night it's the same. So she's reading a book. And okay, we get finished 2 books. Hugo and the Impossible Thing. Okay, let's go. Close your eyes. How can you sleep? Careful. Hugo and the Impossible Thing. Okay. At the edge of the forest stood the impossible thing. It was a jumbled mess of giant boulders, thorny meads, raging rivers, and towering cliffs. The animal in the forest often wondered what was beyond the impossible thing. But no one knew, because getting through it would be impossible. And because everyone said it was impossible, and no animal ever tried.
Mom, why my daddy buying me?
My God, Daddy buy a lot of stuff to you, for you earlier. You have a lot of stuff naman. Tomorrow again.
Okay.
And bedtime story. I'm reading a bedtime story now. And you did not close your eyes.
Water.
Close your eyes. Once I'm done and ready to go to sleep, we're going to sleep together. I can't sleep without my daughter. Okay, Mama. Okay. Okay, ready na. Until one day, a curious little dog named Hogo sat near the edge of the impossible thing and thought to himself, how do we know the impossible thing is impossible if no one's ever tried to get through it? Are you going to sleep or not? Ginaa ka, ginaa. Ha? Sleep na. You don't need blanket? No blanket? Okay. On his way home, Hugo visited his friend Mr. Bear, who was lumbering around in his cave. Hey, Mr. Bear, said Hugo. Do you think I could make it through the impossible thing?
Mom,
Mm.
put my blanket on me.
It says, of course not, my Mr.
Put my
Bear
blanket
replied.
on me, Mom.
Okay. Okay. If anyone could make it through the impossible thing, it would be someone big and strong like me. And that's what a big Mr. Bear said. Have you ever tried? Asked Hugo. Well, no, admitted Mr. Bear, because the impossible thing is impossible. I see, said Hugo. Well, tomorrow I think I'm gonna try. Guy, where are you going?
No.
Hugo visited Little Fox, who was pondering in her den. Hey, Little Fox, agay, kita. Hey, Little Fox, said Hugo. Do you think I could make it through the impossible thing? Agay. You're not ready to sleep, ha? Like Lala? Mama need to
I'm waiting to
clean
sleep.
pa. Okay, where am I now? No way! Scoffed Little Fox. If anyone could make it through the impossible thing, it would be someone quick and clever like me. That's what a fox says. Have you tried? Have you ever tried? Asked Hugo. Not a chance. Ah, not a chance, said Little Fox. Because I'm clever enough to know impossible things are impossible. I see, said Hugo. Well, tomorrow I think I'm gonna try. Hugo visited Miss Atta, who was bathing in her pond. Hey, Miss Atta, said Hugo. Do you think I could make it through the impossible thing? Oh, I'm sorry, but no, Miss Atta replied. If anyone could make it through the impossible thing, it would be a skilled swimmer like me. Have you ever tried? Asked Hugo. Of course not, said Miss Atta. It's just as they say, impossible. I see, said Hugo. Well, tomorrow I think I'm gonna try. Hugo visited old Master Goat, who was balancing on a branch way up on his tree. Hello up there, old Mr. Goat, said Hugo. Do you think I could make it through the impossible thing? Definitely not, that's old Mr. Goat grunted.
Mom,
Mm.
I have the bears too.
Bear?
Like my schoolhouse.
Where?
Like the purple.
Well, tomorrow.
The purple book for nighttime.
Where is it? I think tomorrow na lang.
Like the bear. A small bear.
The small bear.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it, Nak? I think it's in the shop, Nak. Let's finish this, anak. You don't have plan to sleep. Agoy. Where am I now? If anyone could make it through the impossible thing, it would be an expert climber like me. Have you ever tried? Asked Hugo. Why would I? Replied old Mr. Good. I've lived in this forest longer than anyone, and the impossible thing has always been impossible. And that's what I've heard, said Hugo. Well, tomorrow I think I'm gonna try. As curious little Hugo began to fall asleep that night, he thought to himself, everyone keeps telling me the impossible thing is impossible, but no one has ever tried to make it through the impossible thing. even though I'm not as big and strong as Mr. Bear, or as quick as and clever as little fox, and I can't swim like Miss Atta or climb like old Mr. Good, I still feel like I have to try. And so Hogo drifted off to sleep and dreamed of it. Dream of the impossible thing and what might lie beyond it, and of being the first in the forest to get through it. The next morning, Hogo stopped by old Mr. Goat's tree, but he wasn't there. He passed by Miss Otter's pond, but she wasn't there. Little Fox wasn't in her den. Mr. Bear wasn't in his cave. Hogo kept walking and walking. Then one day, when Hogo finally arrived at the edge of the forest, he was surprised to find Mr. Bear, Little Fox, Miss Otter, and old Mr. Good waiting for him. Huh? It says, "And all the years I've lived in the forest," explained Mr. Bear, "everyone has always said that getting through the impossible thing was impossible." "Yes, yes, yes," I agreed, a little fox. "So no one ever threw to try until you, Hugo," Mr. Otter grinned. "So if you really want to try," grumbled old Mr. Good, "we will help you," Mr. Bear assured him. Hugo looked to his friends and smiled. "Let's try to make it through the impossible thing together. Yeah." And wouldn't you know it, with the help of big and strong Mr. Bear, Hugo and his friends moved to the giant boulder. With the help of quick and clever little fox, Hugo and his friends found their way through the tricky, thorny maze. With the help of sweet Miss Atta, Hugo and his friends swam at the way across the raging river. And with the help of grumpy old Mr. Good, Hugo and his friends climbed all the way up the towering cliff. When old Mr. Good nagged Hugo up to the very top of the tallest towering cliff.
Mama's birthday.
Yeah, that's what I said. We have to change your clothes, but it's okay. You don't need blanket, okay? Let me. Okay, no need blanket. Okay. This one, you don't need pillow na lang. There. Okay, just like that. Okay, I will read. Where am I? Okay. Hugo became the first in the forest ever to make it through the impossible thing. And Hugo's friend said, "And there, just beyond the peak of the impossible thing, was the most perfect place in all the forest. The sun was warmer, and the shade was cooler. The berries were sweeter, and the grass was greener. Hugo, Mr. Bear, Little Fox, Miss Otter, and old Mr. Goat spent the rest of the day there, and many days after. And from that day on, thanks to curious little Hugo and his most supportive friends, the impossible thing became known as the extremely difficult but absolutely positively possible thing." What a beautiful story. I love it. The end. Okay, let's go. The first is strawberries. The first is strawberries.
Water.
Come on, my love of my life. Okay, the first strawberries. Let's go. Adventure through the water cycle. Long ago, when the world was new, the Creator made a man and a woman. The two of them were made at the same time so that neither would be lonesome. They married, and for a long time, they lived together and were happy. Strawberry. Then one afternoon, the man came home from hunting and found that the woman had not yet begun to prepare their meal. Instead, she was out picking flour. The man grew angry. I am hungry, he said in a cold voice. Do you expect me to eat flowers? Now the wife too became angry. She had picked those flowers to share their beauty with her husband. Your words hurt me, she said. I will live with you no longer. Huh? She turned to the west and began to walk toward the sun. Her husband followed, but her steps were too quick. He could not catch her. He called her name, but she could not hear him. He went as fast as he could, but his wife was much faster. Keep calling her name, keep calling her name, and keep calling her name. The son watched as the husband followed her. The son saw how sorry the man was and took pity on him. Are you still angry with your wife? Asked the son. No, said the man. I was foolish to speak angry words, but I cannot catch her to tell her I am sorry. Then I will help you, said the sun. The sun shone its lights down on the earth in front of the woman. Where its lights shone, raspberry grew up. The berries were ripe and looked good to eat, but the woman paid no attention to them and continued walking. The sun tried again. It shone down and blueberries grew. They glistened brightly in the sunlight, but the woman paid no attention to them. She only walked on toward the west, leaving her husband farther behind. Now the sun tried a third time. Where its beams touched the earth, blackberries grew up. They were dark and plump, but the woman's anger was too great and she did not see them. At last the sun tried its hardest. It shone its light down in the grass right in front of the woman's feet, and strawberries appeared. They glowed like fire in the grass, and the woman had to stop when she saw them in front of her. She knelt down and plucked one and bit into it. She had never tasted anything like it before. Its sweetness reminded her of how happy she is, and her husband had been together before they quarreled. I must gather some of this fruit for my husband, she said, and she began to pick the berries. She was still picking them when the man caught up to her. Oh, this is so cute. Make my heart melting, gosh. Forgive me for my hard words, he said to her. And she answered him by sharing the sweetness of the strawberries. So it was that strawberries came into the world. Ah, oh my God, makes me today's day, today's day. When the Cherokee people eat strawberry, they are reminded to always be kind to each other, to remember that friendship and respect are as sweet as the taste of ripe red berries. The end. The ripe berries. Okay, I have called. So drop an adventure through the water cycle. No, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. So, I can read. Oh, this one. This is reading too. Oh, where's the other one? I need first one. Last time. Oh, this one. I like this one. Last time. Alas, the battle of the little. I'm going to read this next time. So now, sorry. Daniel's good day. Daniel knows many people in his neighborhood. Have a good day, they tell him as he walks to Grandma's house. Excuse me, he says to Mrs. Sanchez, but what makes a good day for you? When skies are clear, so I can paint, she tells him. He says, Emma heading to the park with a kite. What makes a good day for you? Daniel asked. A steady wind, says Emma. A day in the park with a bench in the shade. His neighbors tell him. A long nap for the babies and Nanny says. I feel you, Nanny say. A please and a thank you, says the bus driver. And this one here. Bees and flowers, the gardener's here. Say. Birthday, says the baker. Wedding tells, the mail carrier says. The newsstand seller tells him, busy sidewalks and friendly faces. Everybody home safe, says the crossing guard. When Daniel gets to the grandma's, she tells him, a hug from makes my day good. Mm-hmm. And ten. In the afternoon, Daniel walks from home with Grandma. The gardening the gardener is humming along with the bees. The baker and the bus driver are smiling. Emma has found her wind. The babies are sleeping. The couple sits on a shady bench. Lots of people seems to be having a good day everywhere. At home, his mom asked, how was your day, Daniel? Daniel says, I had such a good day. There was a clear sky, a steady wind, a shady bench, a long nap, but not for me. Places and thank yous, bees and flowers, but not at a birthday picnic. Reaching tales, busy sidewalks, friendly faces, hugs from grandma and from you, and everybody home safe as grandma. How about some ice cream on your good day, Daniel? Yes, Daniel says, that will make it a perfect day. The end. Hi, guys. Our daughter, she's sleeping now. I'm going to change her clothes because it's warm tonight. I'm going to change her clothes first. And our beautiful daughter here. I love mommy. My love of my life. Such a beautiful, my honey. I love our daughter, guys. My love of my life. She's sweating now. She's sleeping and I'm sweating. Bye, guys.